That is I mean, the only way you can penetrate is if two teams, push in at the same time. Then it'll be a little bit difficult for Team Elementrix to actually try to cover that up. But you can see Manti OP taking a kill onto its Orange Ox Anto and finish him off right off in the start. So this has gotten things a little bit interesting. But what do we see here? One is cooking a nade at Ted right now. Things might get a little rough for Team Synergy over here.
I mean, he did lob that grenade with good precision. Dead, of course, it took a lot of damage as well. But have a look, the boys from Deadeye, they're not really backing off from a fight, even though they're a two-man squad. They have a little bit of a high-risk, high-reward play over here because they just have that one great cover on the left of the screen. And if you have a look at the map, ladies and gentlemen, we have a massive transition now, kind of going away from the mountain and towards the hospital. So there's going to be a mad rush of vehicles and teams pretty much heading towards one big building.
Yeah, and look at the position of Team Soul. I mean, they've got hospital compounds. It's still a long way for them to push in right at the face of Team Synergy because you can see Austin is providing a very good angle for cover fire. And then at the end of the day, they're just a two-man squad. And Team Synergy has got all the four-man up, and they've just given that revive onto their captain, and they're moving out. Austin X are making those early transitions to secure a very safe spot inside the circle. But yes, coming down to the position of Team Soul, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a task for the teams to actually try and close it on towards them because the buildings of hospital, right? They're very tricky to penetrate, right?
I mean, well, if you're mocked at Erangel, I mean, nothing should be too tricky. But yeah, I get what you mean. But we come to that in a second. The boys from Deadeye, they're just trying to get a little bit of damage on Strider over there. Just trying to ruin the game because I am not seeing it too bright for them. They are in the blue zone. They're going to be taking a lot of damage right now. And again, they are on foot. Like I said, a massive transition. We're going to have a lot of fights up on the mountain. I think my wish just came true.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the casters thing. I mean, we know about the casters curse, but it's a casters thing. Meanwhile, Pupuman taking down Sirvi, Carry taking down Patrick from the INES Bata. You can see the man here himself, Fnatic Scout going all guns blazing onto its team IND, and he's just applying that constant pressure. And you can see Snacks already, dropped to 30% HP. Meanwhile, Destro has been taking quite some beautiful knocks with the TMR. But look, what have we got? 420 OP being taken down by the Zone XP. That's a terrible news for Team U Mumbai.
I mean, it is terrible news. But again, I think you get caught off in the transitions to the new circles, and have a look at that. So, everyone is pretty much in. We've got Team 20, that's of course Elementrix, up against potential fight with Synergy, still on the mountain towards the east of the map, and Ash over here picking a fight with the boys from John Mara. I mean, he's got 2 knocks. 2 to go, and I think he might actually hold them off. But now, this is what is happening with Fnatic. They are kind of in the center of a potential onslaught from 2 sides. We've got Jean Mara on one side and Team IND on the other.
I mean, that comes down to how Team Fnatic responded. They are exposing themselves. But meanwhile, on top, going on an onslaught to it, Sirvi knocking him down and finishing off right off. And we can see on top, yet again, trying to search for a few different kills. And Team Synergy has definitely revived one of their teammates. Strider is at full HP. He needs to rotate down. Austin X is also healing up, and things are getting pretty interesting as we approach the late final circles of the game.
Elementrix is one of those teams who've actually really impressed me from day 1, day 2. They kind of have a rocky start, but they've actually, pulled through very well. I mean, of course, individual, these guys are awesome. And talking about that, their fellow members from Nepal, Jean Mara has been eliminated from this game. Of course, they could not bear the attack from Fnatic. They try to kind of sneak into that compound, but like I said, we have very little real estate left at this point. And if you control those houses, like you see Fnatic right now, Scout just peppering IND with bullets, they can kinda, run the tempo of this game. They kind of have the advantage right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've got the compound, but now they have to go a little inside the circle. And you can see Manti, Manti is taking a knock onto his Strider as well. Team Synergy kind of, they're losing out on their teamwork right now. They're, getting down by bits and bits. And other teams are really taking advantage of the situation. But look at what we've got in front of us screens right now. Team Fnatic might as well go against Team Caudal right now. And Caudal might get sandwiched from Team Megastars. And then you have Team INES right on the left-hand side. Existence does manage to spot out Fnatic Ronak, but Trans will be the one taking him down.
It's going to be a little bit of a Mexican standoff over here between the boys from Megastars, Godlike, and of course Team INES, who we really haven't heard of a lot till now. But I'm pretty sure they're going to try to make a mark. We have Evil Eye kind of putting up the fight against Team 10. That is, of course, the boys from Megastars. A lot of weight on his shoulders, but Fnatic is also going to play spoils right now. They need to get in the zone. They are at the edge of the zone. However, they only have that one bridge. And, there's only one compound in this whole circle now, and that compound belongs to Synergy. So I think they have a massive, massive advantage right now. This is going to be a fight to the death out in the open, I think.
I mean, say, like, they still do not have the numbers, right, to defend, and so many people are still yet again alive. You can see Snacks are spraying down onto its cow, but it was Steven who took that off. So Snacks definitely will try to steal it off, but he's going on a spraying spree onto its Fanatics Ovis, but Ovis needs to revive his fallen comrade. But let's see if he's actually going to be successful. Likewise, I told Synergy lacking those numbers, and they've been eliminated.
Now, Fnatic find themselves at the receiving end of things. They kind of were holding the whole center position and, gunning down bullets left, right, and center. But now they are going to get pincered with Team IND on one end and Godlike and Megas on the other. And if you have a look, we have Soul falling to grenades right now, one after the other. I think they've lost two members already. Regaldos is out of this game. Hummer and Viper are bleeding. And Mortal, of course, has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. But the enemy is coming in. They want to get that Mortal smoke on the side. He goes prone. He is trying to listen to footsteps. Is he going to get spotted out? He still hasn't been spotted out. He still hasn't been spotted out. Oh my goodness. Can he actually pull off an upset over here? Aman is trying to crawl back into some sort of cover. But this is a little bit heart-pounding. Have a look, Fixes. Mortal is still alive.
Oh my God, holy moly. I mean, Mortal, look at this, the resilience on this guy. Look at the nerves of steel onto it, because he was surrounded by absolutely everyone. But yeah, Pansing does not want to give up. He's looking around. I mean, he's like, where are you, Mortal? I mean, Mortal was just inside the car and is, I think, still sitting maybe. Yeah, he is. I mean, still, still the members of Team UAB have not been able to spot him out, but Pansing has taken out. This might be the moment, and yes, Mortal goes for that beautiful knock. He does manage to finish another member, and with that, Mortal, the birthday boy, starting the show.
Oh my goodness, this has got to be one of the moments that we are definitely going to see in the highlights, because even I thought for a second Mortal just disappeared. He was sitting in the car. That is distraction at its best. That is a smart gameplay. I mean, we make IQ plays. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, was a 200 IQ play. I do believe he got a few kill points for his team. Last man surviving. He does have those 2 kills, but his journey is still not over. He is getting shot from everywhere, and this is going to look a bit tantalizing for him. He does go down, but good effort on the part of Soul, and they do manage to get up to the 8th position.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this would be our Darke Aage Cheete wali moment, because, Mortal, you have to give it up. What an amazing play. But you can see Cronten, finishing off Destro, and with that, we have Team U Mumbai Esports finally getting eliminated, and Team Cordel has Cronten playing in instead of Huster, one of their more dynamic assaulters. But Cronten has been doing the job lately. He's been grinding it out really hard, and that really shows and reflects in his performance. But we can see the top teams over here. We have Godlike with 7 points already and just trailing a little bit behind our team Fnatic.
All right, we have the 5 teams remaining. Of course, Godlike in full force over here. They literally are playing Godlike right now. 7 kills to their names. And I did see INES still has 1 member, so good show from INES today. These guys are going to be happy that they're in the top 5. They've had a rocky start, but I'm sure that they are going to change that right now. But now they're going to fly everywhere. PSG Crawl is also another 3-man support. And of course, the more people you have, the bigger the advantage at this stage. And Fnatic, against all odds. Remember, they were almost pinched and almost out of this game. They are still keeping their head up high above the fire, the smoke, the water, whatever you want to call it. But I think Godlike currently in the best position in the given circle.
I mean, yeah, look at themselves. They've got all those cars, they've got all these riches, but always are managing down to take HB right off the game, and he's got a knock, and he just finished him off. But always would try to take a few, boosters and be on that full optimal HP. Meanwhile, Evil Eye taking a knock onto his mother, finishing him off. Evil Eye also finishing down Taljeet. So that's a bad news for Team Orange Rock. But always has also been knocked, and it's going to be a really, really tough task for Ash to actually go over there and give him a res.
Wait a second, we have another team that's been eliminated right now. I think OR is out of the game. OR has been wiped out at the hands of INES. We are down to the last 4, 9 people alive, 4 of which are from Team Godlike. These guys are going to be on a high right now. They know they have the advantage, and they know that one small mistake can actually spell trouble. But I'm most intrigued by INES Evil Eye right now. Have a look at him. He's not really making a lot of noise in that one corner. Of course, he is the last remaining member from that team. Wait a second. Oh, I thought for a second Ash is going for the kill on VSG, but he's going for that revive, and he gets it.
It's pretty
This
early
is,
to
this is
say
something you
because
don't see though, right?
yeah, we don't see, but that's really, we have to get those extra A game on. You cannot just be really casual and let your teammate die because in the final circles you need him. And as you can see, Team Cordell having a very good map control. And likewise, Evil Eye, he's being the last member alive for his team. He would definitely not want to make a lot of noise. He wouldn't want to, diverge that attention that God Lies has on Team Fnatic. But we cannot also rule out the members of Team PSG Crawlers. I mean, they're still there, sneaking around, having smoke everywhere. I am really, waiting to see what can the guys from Team PSG Crawlers do over here.
Against all odds right now, Fnatic, they were in a bit of a pickle, but they have these rocks for cover. They're going to utilize them to their full extent. I think Evo might just spot out Evil Eye if he looks a bit carefully. Wait a second. He does know that the enemy is somewhere over there. Now, the thing is, they are all crawling, like you mentioned. And Godlike still, if you have a look at the map, they have the high ground. But the high ground cannot be problematic as Evo spots out CG. CG gets taken down. And, just grenades being lobbed for cover can actually give away the position of the enemy if one is careful enough. And Evil Eye just took out Godlike kill. Wow, he stole that kill, Fixes. And he's racking up those points.
Even Kronton, look at him. He's going a little bit aggressive. He's standing up so late in the circle. Evo has definitely spotted him down, but Kronton manages to wipe out Team INES as he takes Evil Eye. And as you can see, VSG Crawlers, Evo being the last member surviving from his squad, he's getting the job done. He's, constantly poking the members of Team Cordell. And now that the members of Team Cordell know the whereabouts of his position, I think they're going to punish him. Because Team Fnatic, they still do have a cover. I really doubt if Team Cordell has a grenade to their belt. But you can see Evo has been eliminated. So finally, it comes down to a 3v2 showdown between Team Fnatic and Team Cordell.
I think that was a little bit of kind of like a misclick on his part because he kind of got up a bit too early. Should have moved this bit down, but wait a second. Existence goes in for the kill. He gets knocked out, taken down, and I do believe Fnatic went out in second position. I think Godlike just got the winner chicken. The fact that they weren't afraid of taking fights and not being afraid gets this for you. We have the MVP from game one, and it is all for Godlike Smoky OP with a whopping 4 kills, which is no small feat on such a grand stage. 401 damage, and if you have a look, they did traverse quite a bit as well with 5.47 kilometers.
It is interesting how when you look at Godlike, I think they got 11 kills at the end of the game there. So I think they got 31 points in total, if I'm not mistaken, placing first. They've been looking consistently good, but also the kill spread. Think about it. 11 kills, and a top fragger only has 4 frags. That means everyone chipped in, right? Everyone got 3 kills, 2 kills here, maybe another 4 kills over there. So great effort from Team Godlike. And even Fnatic, considering how dire it looked at one point, they had just one player standing, but he got the resin. No idea where he was. That was, I think, the play of that particular matchup. But let's take a look very quickly at the top 5 players. We have Smoky OP from Godlike, 4 frags for him, tied with Viru from Orange Rock, who also had a pretty high placing. Then we have Evil Eye from INES. He was last player alive, I think, for his team there, placing a top 3 position, 3 kills. Ash from Fnatic with 3 kills of his own. And of course, we have Gil from Godlike, who had a 3 fragging game. Not like one player really shining or really going above and beyond compared to everyone else. It's been a pretty equal low fragging affair, so to speak. But Fixes, what are your thoughts? Is looking at the scrims that's been played so far recently, is this something, is the way the teams approach this particular game as expected, or do you think it's been comparatively a little bit of a slow start so far?
I mean, look, and the way he's been performing, they definitely are missing out on Huster. But look at the number of kills they've taken. That's 11.
Yes, so 20 placement points, 11 kills in total, 31 points. That's a massive win right there for Godlike. That's going to definitely give a nice little kick up their butts, up the standings. Fnatic coming second, nothing too shabby about that. 8 frags for the boys in orange and black. We have Orange Rock. Ironically, they're going to be placed third. However, they do get 9 kills, definitely buffing up the total points they have. Then after that, we have, of course, Team Extreme, VSG Crawlers, who had a pretty good game compared to what I've seen them do in the first 2 days of the pro league. Then we have, of course, INES Mumba having a much more quieter game, but they do ensure that they do manage to land in the top 8 spot there. Experiment. So we're going to be in the second half, but again, disappointments again. I do believe Team Soul placed 9th, and I hate to keep harping on them, but let's be real, they are the crowd favorites, and so far they haven't done much. Let's be real here.
Well, we'll come to Soul in just a second. What stands out for me on this screen right now is INES, because they are bottom of the table, and it just kind of shows their grit right now. That even though 2 days have gone by, they haven't given up.